Hi everyone, this is Learning with Linda, and today we're going to talk about California sending more stimulus checks this week. We have $600 stimulus checks going out for those who work in farming industry and the meat packing industry. We have a new petition going around to provide $1,400 stimulus checks to Social Security recipients. So stay tuned to ensure that you receive this information. Now, before we get started, if you are interested in the latest news regarding stimulus, taxes, child tax credit, SNAP, p-ebt, and everything in between, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below. Now let's get right to it. So let's start off with the California Golden State stimulus. Since August 27th, Californians have begun to receive the second round of the Golden State stimulus payments, which is the historic $12 billion tax rebate program to provide direct relief for Californians hit hardest by the pandemic and support the state's economic recovery. The Golden State stimulus program was a key element of the governor's immediate action package in January to offset the worst economic effects of the pandemic, allocating $4 billion for low-income Californians. And then in July, Governor Newsom expanded the program to include Californians making $75,000 or less. So here's a quick recap of the Golden State stimulus round 1 and round 2. So the two Golden State stimulus packages resulted in round 1, which was issued in February, a $600 payment for residents who filed their 2020 taxes and qualified for the Cal EITC, meaning they made $30,000 or less. And then $600 went out for CalWorks families and SSI recipients. And then recently in July, round 2 was approved, so $600 payment went out for residents who filed their 2020 taxes and made $75,000 or less and did not receive the first payment in the first round. Then $500 for families who filed their 2020 taxes and claim one or more dependents. So I know there's some individuals who may have received their payment for the stimulus check this Friday. I'm sure there's others that are still waiting on their payment, so let me go ahead and give you some updates. So the first batch of payments began to go out starting Friday, August 27th. Then a second batch went out on Friday, September 17th. And the Franchise Tax Board spokesperson said it can take up to a few days for the money to be deposited, depending on the financial institution. Now, there is an upcoming payment on October 5th for those who did not receive their payment this past Friday. And it's going to include paper checks. So after that, more batches will be released at unspecified dates. And then payments, how are they pretty much being issued? They're pretty much being issued at random for now. And just remember that if you file your taxes after August 20th, please allow up to 45 days after your return has processed. Some payments may need extra time to process for accuracy and completeness. So just remember that you can expect your paper check to be mailed out next month. So if the last 3 digits of your zip code end in 001 through 065, you can expect your check to be mailed between October 4th and October 22nd. If you're between 066 through 221, you can expect your check to be mailed between October 18th through November 5th. And then same thing goes for the last 3 digits of your zip code between 222 to 302. That would be between November 1st and November 19th. Then for those in 303 through 543, you can expect your check to be mailed between November 15th and December 3rd. And then we have the 544s through the 709s between November 29th and December 17th. And finally, you have those in the zip code ending in 710 to 998 receiving their check, or actually the check will be mailed between December 13th through December 31st. So this is how much you can expect to receive if you qualify. So you can receive either 500, 600, or 1,100 stimulus checks under the Golden State Stimulus Round 2. So $500 is available to those who qualified for the first stimulus and claimed a dependent on their 2020 taxes. And you may get $600 if you did not qualify for the first stimulus and did not claim a dependent on your 2020 taxes. And finally, you may get $1,100 if you didn't qualify for the first stimulus and claimed at least one dependent on your 2020 taxes. Now, there's a new $600 stimulus check for farmers and meatpacking workers. The U.S. Department of Agriculture announced a $700 milling grant program on Tuesday, September 7th, designed to give economic relief to food workers hit hardest by the pandemic. Another $20 million is being set aside to pilot a program to support grocery workers, the USDA said. And the money will be divided among state agencies, Native American tribes, and nonprofits. Of course, these entities will reimburse farm workers and meatpacking workers for COVID expenses up to $600. Agencies and nonprofits can apply for a grant from the USDA. So to receive a piece of the $700 million in funding, they have to prove they'll be able to distribute the money to hard-to-reach, hard-hit workers. Now moving on to the $250 to $300 stimulus payment for child tax credit. So millions of parents of eligible children received $250 to $300 direct deposit payments on September 15th, while many others may have to wait a few days to receive their checks via mail. Parents of eligible children under 6 years of age will receive $300 per child, while those with children between the ages of 6 through 17 will receive $250 per child. However, many parents claim on Friday that they did not receive their September payments for the advanced child tax credit. Unfortunately, the IRS did not provide details as to what went wrong or how many people did not receive their September payment. On late Friday, the IRS said in a statement, "We are aware of instances where some individuals have not yet received their September payments, although they received their payments in July and August. The IRS is currently looking into this situation, and we will share more information as soon as it is available." Let me know in the comments section down below if you already received your September payment for the child tax credit. And also, you may have already heard on the news, but there is a new petition going around for Social Security recipients, and it is a new petition to provide $1,400 stimulus checks. A nonpartisan advocacy group, the Senior Citizens League, is calling for $1,400 checks for Social Security recipients. The Virginia-based nonprofit has launched an online petition to submit to Congress with a proposal. The Senior Citizens League said many seniors have had to make financial adjustments since March 2020 in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. A recent survey found that they were most likely to spend emergency savings, change their investments, or withdraw more savings than usual. And I quote, "Social Security benefits are one of the few types of income in retirement adjusted for inflation," the petition states. But soaring inflation has taken a toll on household finances of retired and disabled Social Security recipients. And just to remind you, I will be putting the link to this petition in the video description. So next we have the $3.5 trillion Human Infrastructure Bill. So just to remind you, as of right now, there are no stimulus payments included in this bill. However, it is a good budget plan to expand Medicare and family programs. And so that's what we're going to focus on in this part of this video. Democrats in Congress are pushing ahead with a sweeping $3.5 trillion 10-year spending plan that marks the latest step in their drive to expand education, healthcare, and childcare support, tackle the climate crisis, and make further investments in infrastructure. However, the budget plan is unlikely to gain bipartisan support, but it can go through reconciliation, which under Senate rules means that it can be passed with 50 Democratic votes. So here we have the key points of this bill, and it includes Medicare expansion to include dental, vision, and hearing coverage, lower the Medicare eligibility 60 years of age, and create universal pre-K, clean energy standard, and it includes tuition-free community college, a child allowance, and other subsidies for childcare. This also includes expand access to childcare and paid leave, and creation of civilian climate corps, which would create jobs aimed at solving the climate crisis. And so under this $3.5 trillion budget plan, Human Infrastructure Bill, we're going to focus on two specific topics, and that includes the child tax credit extension and Medicare expansion. So So next, let's focus on the Medicare expansion under the $3.5 trillion budget plan. Older Americans would see their health coverage expanded as part of the $3.5 trillion budget plan. Of course, this includes coverage for dental, vision, and hearing, which would be provided through the original Medicare. Reducing the age of eligibility for Medicare is also included in the approved framework. And the age when people can sign up would be lowered, most likely to age 60, as President Joe Biden said he would support. Next, let's talk about the major help for families with kids. So this would extend the child tax credit, earned income tax credit, child and dependent care tax credit, and paid family and medical leave. Senate Democrats would like to extend universal pre-K to 3- and 4-year-old children and expand child care benefits for working families. They would also like to make community college tuition free, give money to institutions serving minorities, and increase the maximum Pell Grant award to help people attend and pay for higher education. Child nutrition programs would also get a boost. Now, you may be wondering, how are we going to pay for this $3.5 trillion budget plan? So House Democrats outlined a tax increase on corporations and wealthy people to fund an investment in the social safety net and climate policy that could reach $3.5 trillion. And the plan calls for top corporate and individual tax rates of 26.5% and 39.6%. This proposal also includes a 3% surcharge on individual income above $5 million and a capital gains tax of 25%. And under the House Democratic plan, top corporate rate would apply to income above $5 billion. The proposal would also change or scale back certain deductions for high-income individuals and corporations to raise money. However, the tax plans could change as Democrats try to craft and pass a final bill in the coming weeks. And so that is all the updates that we have for today. Remember to turn on your notifications button to know when I have uploaded a new video. See you next time!